I just ended up going 0 for 2. Technically 2 for 2, but both of my wins were DQs, so I don't count it. And since Balloon Boy won on Zariel, I'm just gonna main Zariel for 7 days instead. I have 2 goals as a Zariel main. The first one is to reach Diamond, because I'm Diamond on my main right now. The second one is to reach top 50 as a Zariel. Basically on the Zariel leaderboard, I want to be top 50 on there. So for day 1, I hopped on a new account, did all the tutorials, and headed to the shop to see how much Zariel would cost. So I need about 4.5k gold in order to unlock Zariel. And in order to do that, I was going to play experimental, but then I decided after the first few games that it's not really in the spirit of Zariel only. So I decided I'll only play customs versus my phone or versus bots till I get enough gold to unlock Zariel. So if you check the replays, I didn't record all of that because it was like the entire day of day 1. But if you check the replays, just the replay logs, you'll see like I have 2.5 entire pages of me versus my phone account. At some point I did take a break, but basically the entire day that's all I was doing. But by the end of day 1, we did end up unlocking Zariel. I think I played 1 experimental, but I really didn't play Zariel much on day 1. Day 2, I'm basically planning on only doing my placing games and finishing around 1700. That way I can get 1800, 1900, and 2000 across the next 5 days ish. So yeah, for now it's ranked.
Sorry. Player 1 wins. 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 Player 2 wins. Player 2 wins. Player 2 wins. Player 2 wins. Player 1 wins.
I know I said I'd only do like 10 placements, but like I'm like 40 elo off of plat, so I think I'll just go for plat and call it a day.
Sorry.
Up until now, I've been using my general knowledge of the weapons, just gauntlets and bow and what I already know of it, but I've never hopped into training mode. So on day 3, I start out by hopping in training mode for the first time this week. Now in ranked, I beat a duo for 1700, then 3 stack of racks. I close out the win in the last stock versus Loki. And then in this game, Artemis misses the ledge for 1760. I banish a Loki to the blast zone for 1775. And then I barely confirm a dust kill. I rob a Hattori. And then I close out.
Good game. Player 1 wins.
Which means I've secured 1800 for day 3. So for day 4, I just must love torturing myself because I hop straight into ranked, no warm up, and no training.
Sorry.
The first game, I figure out this is Suri, and kill her last stock with a side step.
Victory.
Game 2, I give a taste of the same thing to this Queen Knight. But during the making of this video, I felt really bad because I'm basically just smurfing on silvers, golds, and low plats. So if I'm ever to remake a video like this, I'll just continue using this account instead of like restarting versus silvers every time. Because it would be like Lance Jesus just had a minus 600 elo smurf and versed me on my ranked games. Game 3, I outbuild this Yumiko.
Victory.
In game 4, I snipe this Isaiah for game. I scare this Bryn off the wall.
Victory.
which puts us one game away from 1900. But this wouldn't be Brawlhalla if it was just that easy. And in game 6, I fall at a deficit. One that I just can't claw back from. And there goes a flawless win rate. But it doesn't matter. We review the replay for any obvious mistakes and hop straight back into ranked. I re-queue the break from earlier, and I don't hold back. And I cheese Equivalent's first and last stock for 1900 on day 4. Any smart person having achieved their goal for the day would just simply get off. But because I main Lance, with my logic being, as I'm getting closer to my own rank, I'll probably get closer to my own win rate. So if I win more games now, I'll have to play less games later. However, that's not what happened. When a confidence boosting game versus Scarlet then got destroyed by this Rainbow. I then repaid the favor of this Mako saving me on the edge by helping him get rid of any unwanted elo. I did disrespect the Isaiah side save, and then I got Aldrin and Sig, which is where I ended day 4. Day 5, I kinda didn't really play, so yeah. This is the recording for day 6. Day 6 and day 7 is in gray above it. It is way shorter because on day 6, as embarrassed as I am to admit it, I rage quit by the end of the day. I queue experimental in order to warm up, unlike day 4. Then for game 1, I secure the win versus this Mordex to get us back to 1900 elo. Game 2, I guarantee the knockout with a weapon throw. But the next game started with what I'd call day 6 mental break.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Yeah, I lost this game. Next game wasn't much better. Even though I caught his recovery, I didn't catch the dodge, and so by the end I crumbled. But this last game might be the biggest skill issue of a game I've ever played. So the game starts and you immediately recover, which is not something I usually do on Lance. Now here I punish this Sig, and I do get the first stock. After punishing another one of his million Sigs, I also get the second stock. However, remember when I said I rage quit today? Yeah, here's us on our final stocks, and I'm floating above someone spamming recovery. Yeah, I got off for the day after that one, and my desk was not unharmed. So you know the recording for day 6, and when I showed how much shorter it was than day 7? Yeah, day 6 was about 30 minutes of gameplay, I think. Day 7's recording was over 2 hours and 30 minutes. So yeah, rage quitting the previous day was not a good thing. In game 1, my recovery got rolled back, and honestly, I just tilted myself out of this game. We take a mental reset and versus a Zariel, an Ember, a Hattori, and we get revenge on the Volkov from day 6. We do lose to this Wu Shang, but we win the run back versus the Sir Roland. We then face a Ragnar. I forgot to activate my mic source in OBS, so I'll just have to voice over it. I can't really reenact like how hype I was, but basically this is the first time I checked my legend elo, and turns out I would be 35th on global. So that's the first goal achieved. I get slammed by the Sidrus cannon. And I gatekeep this Aldrum from Diamond.
Victory wins.
I get flashbacks to day 6 and getting 3-stocked by this Artemis.
Obliteration.
Then I throw out a terrible side sig and get punished.
Good game.
I then get a breath of fresh air fighting this Teros.
Wow.
I then get Giga Red by this Azov and throw the biggest lead to this Teros.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, I know, announcer. Incredible. I lose to another Roland.
Game 3.
Then I get destroyed by an Assyrian.
Destruction.
I narrowly beat this Ragnar.
Victory.
Then I obliterate this Ada.
Complete annihilation.
I then face another Azov on the same map, but since we're different players, different result. I close out the game versus this Bodvar,
Victory.
then get put in a blender versus Barraza. This right here is my favorite sequence of this week. I don't show many clips, but this was just a clean closeout of the stock. The Tigress then gives up.
Complete.
I then find the millionth axe player. I dodge the Nair and he falls to his death. I miss my dodge and pay the price.
Good game.
Then I beat a Yumiko to get 1 elo off my beat. I then dodge straight into a Cassidy ground pound. Then get embarrassed in the Gauntlet Ditto. I then win out the Bow Ditto. But end up losing my shot at Redemption versus Greatsword. I somehow bring back a Fate game.
Victory.
Then I absolutely cheese this Linfa's last stock. I cue the Fate again. Same story.
Victory.
I then get another nice sequence versus this Tesca.
Victory.
I then get the true Greatsword run back. And I make this one count. And now, one game off Diamond, I recover poorly to stage. But he whiffs the Ansig, and I punish accordingly. In a final stock situation, I whiff the weapon throw, but I get the wall clean. And this time I don't forget my mic source. Yo, oh my gosh, I am finally done with this. It took so long, right? Currently, I'll take a video on my phone actually. I'm currently at 2 hours, 38 minutes, final day, finally getting to Diamond. Oh my gosh, it took so long. 1991, I actually want to see how far I am with romance. Because, oh my gosh, this took a lot out of me. In Zariel 1991, that would put me at 1991, tied for 19th. Oh, top 20. I crushed the top 50 I wanted. I'll check my core haul actually. Not actually me. 2002. 54 and 21. It did not feel like I lost 21 times. It felt like I lost honestly way more than that. I am so glad to finally be done. So first of all, if you watched until here, thank you very much. This is the first video I've done in this style with actual editing instead of just cutting up a 30-minute recording of my gameplay. And if you want me to do another video just on a different legend, just comment down below who I should do next. Aside from that, there's this Cero video that I stumbled upon after playing on day 2 where he commits to Mordex for an entire month. And that honestly motivated me to finish the week, especially after the events on day 6. Thanks for watching. And for me, I'll get back to my dearest boosted weapon.